Hey guys, it is me again, Avilo here, and yeah, I'm making video number 2 about the same thing that I made a video about last night because it's getting a little bit out of hand now, and basically I want to go through what has happened and show you what Blizzard's reasoning was for permanently banning me from the forums, and I hope you guys spread this video around again. You know, let's round 2, here we go. We can keep doing this until I'm unbanned from the forums because I was unjustifiably banned. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go through it. So let's go through what happened after I posted that video, showing that, you know, I was banned essentially for nothing. And let's get Blizzard's take, because essentially somebody from Blizzard messaged me about this, or tweeted me. But first of all, I want to go through this, guys. So let's check this out. What I'm going to bring up on screen right now. And I mean, it's so stupid and nonsense, but so guys, this was the thread from yesterday that I got banned for. I got banned for essentially making this thread. They censored me, they banned me permanently from the forums, essentially, you know, for no reason. As you can see here on Reddit, if we go here on Reddit, you know, even people on Reddit, I think if we go through the comments, most people are like, wait a minute, what? Like, most people are like, I'm sad, not that I'm sad for him, but that's ridiculous. You know, a lot of stuff in this thread was, you know, mentioning like what is going on. A couple people, of course, are saying the opposite, like, I'm not surprised you got banned, but, you know, they didn't even watch the video. Stupid reason to ban someone. No, Avilo's retarded sometimes. He's a guy. I mean, so there's a lot of good comments. Honestly, no matter how much you dislike Avilo, banning him for a thread promoting discussion about the game is fucking retarded. Anyways, it goes back and forth a little bit. So, even on Reddit, you know, people saw what was happening. And once again, this is the thread I got banned for, and I'm still permanently banned for. So, I was contacted by this guy on Twitter saying, if you'd like to discuss what happened instead of spreading misinformation, feel free to send me a direct message. Supposedly, this is someone from Blizzard. Supposedly, so you'd hope they're rational, and you know, they've seen everything on Reddit and what's happened, and you know, maybe this guy could unban me. Hopefully, supposedly he is the community development at Blizzard Entertainment, personal account. So this guy works for Blizzard, supposedly, I guess, on the forums. And so let's go ahead and oh, and by the way, this thread doesn't, so that's where we get to the next fun part here. That thread was deleted. It doesn't exist anymore. So, you know, after I made the video about how I'm being censored and all that stuff, and how I got permabanned for essentially making a constructive feedback thread, and it's got all this attention on, you know, on Reddit, you know, this video as well. So they decided they're going to make it so there's, you know, Avilo can't defend. There's no evidence now, right? I mean, luckily, you know, the page is, you can still access the page and screenshots, whatever. But yeah, they just, you know, 404 error, not found, guys. Huh, that's interesting. So this guy wants to discuss it with me, so let's hope this guy can, you know, fix this. The fact that I was banned for this, for essentially nothing. So let's see how that goes, right? So I messaged him, I said, hey, you know, nice to hear from Blizzard. I was banned permanently. I showed him the video. I just like to be unbanned from the forums. My thread put back. I don't think I've spread any misinformation, you know, because he said I was spreading misinformation, that they are censoring me and banned me essentially for no reason. I don't care if there's an apology or not. Most people noticed that I was banned for posting a discussion thread. Don't think it's right. It's upsetting that it happened. I only posted to promote discussion about the game and to talk about the game. Already submitted a support ticket, and the moderation there basically sent me an email saying that I got banned for spamming and trolling. And it's pretty obvious that, you know, I got banned. I'm rightfully upset about it. So then this guy goes on to say, you weren't banned for the content of your post, you were banned for spamming the forums. So, I mean, this is, I mean, I can't even make this shit up anymore, guys. Like, I don't know if this guy even read this message, or if he just wants to ignore, like, you weren't banned for the content of the post, you were banned for spamming the forums. Except this is why I was banned. He said, you posted the same thread twice, constitutes a 72-hour ban. You've been suspended maximum of times. This is the final post resulted in a ban. So he said I was banned from spamming the forums, which I never did. I never spammed the forums. I made my thread, people responded to it, it was fine. I asked him, when did I spam the forums? I only posted one thread about Reapers, that's it, unless you tell me more the same thread was posted. And that's happened before to plenty of users with duplicate threads showing up because the page hasn't refreshed and they click submit twice. And that does happen a lot on Battle.net. You'll notice some people they make 2 threads, and it's not on purpose, it's because the page times out. So let's see what this guy has to say. You posted the same thread twice, both contain comments and upvotes, and then I replied, I never saw a second thread and I never did that intentionally. I've had that happen before though, other people have. I'd like to be unbanned and my thread put back if that's possible. So I just explained to him that I was not spamming the forums in any way, shape, or form. And if that happened, that wasn't my fault. That was the page timing out and me clicking submit. Apparently this guy is a moderator, supposedly, on these forums. So, okay. He says he's not at the office, so I can't show you the second thread. The decision has been made. Due to multiple violations over the years, got your final warning. The code of conduct sets the ban. I'm like, okay, so you're telling me I won't get unbanned even though it's obviously an unfair and unjust ban essentially over nothing. So this guy, basically, he's trying to scapegoat, saying that there was a second thread of that thread made, and that's a reason to permanently ban me from the forums. Because apparently there was a copy of the original of this thread. Supposedly there was a second copy of this thread made, which I didn't know about. And he says that is why I was banned, which we can, we know that's not the reason why I was banned. We're not talking about others, we're talking about you and your posts, He said if this was a first offense or even second, this would be a different discussion. So he didn't see any of this. Like, he's just trying to scapegoat this shit to try and get me permanently banned from the forums, essentially. And I just explained to him I didn't even know a second thread even existed. I mean, that's the whole reason I'm talking to this guy. So hopefully he can get me unbanned, right? Because, I just explained everything. Like, after he said that, I'm like, well, I have no idea there's a second thread made. Never made a second thread. So, we're not talking about others. So I just said, I mentioned, I've never made the 2 threads, and if there were, it was unintentional, obviously. Lots of users have done that by accident in the past, including me when the page hasn't refreshed or it's timed out. People have posted worse, got actual ban-worthy things in the forum and never been banned. Seems like you're singling me out for something completely unintentional. And then he just goes on the same line, first I said I'd really just like to be unbanned and my thread put back. I post on the forums to contribute to the SC2 community and for feedback. And then he says, we're not talking about others, we're talking about your post history. Except that this is the post that I got banned for. This had nothing to do with my post history. What this guy is saying, he's using an excuse saying that there was a duplicate thread made, which is why he permabanned me. So let's go on. He goes on to post some threads that I made in the past. There's this. Fix your motherfucking game, either that or get a dev on your team that's willing to make balance changes in your game. I wonder how long ago was that? January 22nd, 2014. This was in 2014! That has nothing to do with why I was banned yesterday. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. But this guy is trying to scapegoat that shit. So let's continue on. The email I got, I mentioned that the email showed me getting banned for spamming and trolling, which, clearly this is not spamming and trolling as we all know already. Once again, this is somebody from Blizzard. And I'm literally just asking to be unbanned because I didn't deserve to be banned for this, essentially. And he's making up some stuff about I was spamming the forums with secondary threads and I'm saying, even if that happened, it wasn't intentional. I'm telling you right here. So I'd like to be unbanned because it wasn't fair, it wasn't right. It's another thread from 2014. Once again, these don't pertain to why I was banned for this. They're just using this as an excuse because they want to get rid of my opinion from the forum, essentially. And then this, another thread. I don't even see what's wrong in this thread. I know what I'm fucking talking. There's nothing even wrong with a lot of these. A lot of these are just literally threads, on the forums discussing things. And so I said, that's not why I was permanently banned. You said I was perma-banned because there was a duplicate thread. And then, like I said, he's going off on all these tangents. I'm like, he says, I was the one moderating the forums. I saw your 2 threads, both with activity on them. I went to suspend you for 72 hours and then noticed your very long list of repeat offenses and made the decision to ban you. And I said, okay, but I just explained to you I never made a duplicate thread intentionally. I never even knew it existed. I could understand somebody being banned if it was if they were intentionally spamming the forums, but I wasn't. If there was, isn't it your job as a moderator to delete an accidental duplicate thread, not perma-banning a contributing user? And then you can see here, this is like a personal thing for him. Or you made 2 threads to get more attention. I literally just explained! People all the time have had this happen where multiple threads are made due to the submit button or the page timing out. And then it submits 2 threads on accident. So once again, so you can kind of see... This guy personally banned me from the forums, and then he's saying, like, I literally just explained what happened. I just explained I never made 2 threads, and that happens a lot. I think it's pretty obvious here I don't deserve a permanent ban for posting the thread I did. You're just trying to scapegoat it. He says, I'm not here to argue with you over your intentions. I'm here to explain why the decision was made. So once again, just bureaucratic bullshit to try and keep me permanently banned and censored on the Blizzard forums. Frankly, this is a normal procedure. The only reason I'm spending the time to discuss this with you on Twitter is because you're obviously a dedicated member of the StarCraft 2 community. So he knows I'm a dedicated member of the community, and he's banning me essentially because supposedly an accidental duplicate thread of a constructive thread was made. He's a moderator on these Battle.net forums, and he couldn't just simply delete the thread. He's actually just putting his personal bias in here and banning me, essentially, what looks like because he doesn't like me. Essentially. And this guy is on a power trip. So once again, I'm just, I've explained this up to here. I've explained, so let's just go down here. And I said, he said he's not here to, not here to argue. So he recognizes I'm a dedicated member of the StarCraft 2 community, yet he's unwilling to permanently unban me from the Battle.net forums, even though he knows I'm a dedicated member of the StarCraft 2 community. But he's unwilling to unban me over something that was not even my fault, and he's trying to scapegoat it as a reason to permanently ban me from the forums. So I said, yes, I'll be making another video about this honestly because you're just abusing your power here to unfairly ban me from the forums that I participate in. I honestly just want an unban and my thread to stand, and that's it. He said, you're free to do whatever you please. Be sure to include all the other offenses, which most of this is from 2014, which is posts that, are discussing the game or talking about the game. You may not like the tone, but they are posts on the forums discussing the game, even if you don't like the tone that I had in those posts back in 2014, which was over 2 years ago. So, he said, I'm not purposely using anything against, he said, I can unhide your thread, but you will not be unbanned. I said, so you're not willing to unban me from the forums? You just said you know I'm a dedicated member of the StarCraft 2 community, and you're purposely using an excuse to silence me and ban me from contributing on the Battle.net forum. So you knowingly doing that over supposedly accidental duplicate thread. I'm not purposely doing anything against you. You posted the same thread twice. You're saying it was accidental now, except you have a history of spamming our forums. Wait, what? Did you not? So, I mean, guys, this is the problem with Blizzard. Once again, they do not listen to their customers, to their consumer base. They do not give a fuck about you or me. People like this at Blizzard, it's obvious. He even recognizes I'm a contributing member of the StarCraft 2 community. But he basically just wants to keep me permabanned because this guy is on a fucking power trip. He even says it himself here. You're obviously a dedicated member of the StarCraft 2 community. Okay, so why not unban me over something that wasn't, he's using some bureaucratic bullshit to try and justify permanently banning a contributing member of the StarCraft 2 community from his own mouth. And I said, so I said here, so you just said I'm a dedicated member of the StarCraft 2 community. You're purposely banning me. So you're knowingly doing that over a supposed accidental duplicate thread that was made. And then I said, I just explained to you I was not spamming or trolling. That was very clear from this thread I made that this was a constructive thread. Where is the spam or trolling here, you know? There's nothing spammy or trolly about this. I appreciate taking the time to discuss this situation with me, Avilo. So here he's basically just, like, he's just tuning me out. Like, just like Blizz, you know, it's fucking disgusting. It's honestly this is what Blizzard does. They don't want to have a discussion about the game, about anything. So at this point in the conversation, he basically completely, you know, completely fucking tunes me out here, and he just tries to, you know, job well done, I guess. Job well done, right, guys? You know, let's see if I can bring this up again. My bad. I mean, job well done, right? Am I right or am I right? Like, it's honestly, guys, it's really disappointing that this is how Blizzard treats people when they. I mean, imagine people they don't even know, but this is me, a contributing member of the StarCraft 2 community from this own guy, from his words. He just said that. And he's on a power trip, and he's trying to permanently ban me from the forums. Even though he just acknowledged that I'm a contributing member of the StarCraft 2 community. So he just basically, this is what Blizzard does. This is what they do, guys. I just explained I was not spamming or trolling the forums, and it was very clear from the thread I made. And then he just says, I appreciate taking the time to discuss this with me, Avilo. And I said, so you're basically gonna keep a contributing member banned over nothing, ... And then at this point I was wondering if this guy is even trolling. Does he even work for Blizzard, this guy? Because what I'm reading here is just someone on a power trip and not being reasonable. I've explained why the decision was made and what it's based on. We've been more than reasonable to you, even giving... And I said, you just perma'd me for nothing or using an excuse to ban me. He said, I'm not going to continue arguing with you, it's futile. You've been suspended 5 times, you've posted same thread twice, which is spamming the forums. This isn't an excuse, it's fact. Except that I literally just explained to him I had no idea a second thread existed. And even if it did, it wasn't intentional, and that's not justification to ban a contributing member of the StarCraft 2 community over a constructive post. They banned me, guys, for this post. Regardless of what this guy is saying, they banned me for that post because they didn't like that post. And then I said I should not have been banned in the first place over nothing like this. And once again, the only reason I'm talking to this guy is because, guys, Blizzard, the thing is, they don't like the blowback that they're getting. They don't like the stuff that they're getting on Reddit and my stream and elsewhere. If you'd like to discuss what happened, instead of spreading misinformation, feel free to send him a DM. So obviously Blizzard knows they're wrong. Obviously, obviously they know they're in the wrong because this guy from Blizzard actually contacted me. Because, you guys are upset about it. I'm upset about it. I just want to be unbanned and be able to contribute to the forums, and that's it. And all I'm getting is this guy saying he banned me personally because of bureaucratic bullshit for this thread because it was supposedly posted twice in the forums. Despite the fact that he acknowledges I'm a contributing member of the community. People have been banned for, actual stuff. And then he said, and then once again I go in here saying it's an excuse because you know as well as I do duplicate threads made all the time on accident. You're just using it as a BS excuse to ban me and telling me you know it's BS and you're willing to ban a contributing member over nothing. Is it honestly just that hard to admit you're wrong and unban me and move on? And then he says, how do we know you weren't trying to get more attention on your post by spamming the forums? And this, guys, once again, this is Blizzard in a nutshell. They don't listen. All of this stuff that, I just told... I'm talking to this guy, trying to get him to unban me and explaining... When he brought up the duplicate... I'm, explaining to him, I never made a duplicate thread. That might have happened if I clicked submit after the page timed out. I never spammed the forums. And if that happened, it was not on purpose. And then he's trying to accuse me saying that I was spamming the thread. So he banned me for this thread. And this guy is on a fucking power trip. He doesn't want to listen to anything I have to say. So you know, we're going to take this to the next level. If this guy is going to blatantly just do this, we're going to take this to the next level until I'm unbanned from the forums, because this guy is on a fucking power trip. And it's people like this. You cannot put... The whole point of being a moderator on forums is to moderate. If something goes wrong, you moderate it. You don't fucking ban people because of a personal vendetta or as an excuse to ban them. And then I said, you know, I just said, once again, I explained, I never knew a duplicate thread was created. I've literally had that happen to me other times in the past and said, hey, can I mod delete this? It's got posted twice on accident. You say that now after the fact. And I said, the point is, if that did happen, I didn't even know, and it was unintentional. I'd just like to be unbanned so I can keep contributing. So there you have it, guys. I was contacted... Blizzard knows they're getting a lot of shit over this, and they're rightfully so, because they banned a contributing member, their own words as well, from this guy. You know, when I rant on stream about Blizzard ego and them not listening to their player base, they can't even unban a contributing member of the StarCraft 2 community. He's making an excuse to ban me from the Battle.net forum. So, it is what it is. Let's hope video 2 hits harder than video 1. All I want to be is unbanned from the forums so I can actually contribute to your game. So, there's no guys, this is all bullshit. This guy is he banned me because he's on a power trip. He won't admit he's wrong. And apparently he does work for Blizzard, you know, apparently. So, spread this video wherever you want. Get the word out. I'll be saying the same thing on stream tomorrow, day after day, until I'm, you know, rightfully unbanned. The saddest thing about this to me is, you know, you're permanently banning a member of the community that's contributing to your own game. I've never heard of Blizzard fucking doing this. Never in the past. If somebody you know is a contributing member to your community, why would you ban them from that community? It doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. Let's keep this going until it gets to the higher, you know, let's keep this going up the chain, you know? And, you know, this guy, you know, he's not being reasonable. Not being reasonable at all, and, you know, he found a nice excuse to try and ban me from the forums for, once again, for this, guys. This is what I got banned over. Trying to contribute to the health of SC2, to the game that we all know and love. Contributing member of the StarCraft 2 community, and they don't give a fuck. This guy just is on a power trip, wanted to ban me, so he banned me for this for no reason. You know, it's really disheartening to be a member of the StarCraft 2 community for this long, and for Blizzard to not give a fuck, for them to basically silence your voice, and then on top of that, for them to even on top of that try and censor you. For even making the post, and then, you know, trying to, you know, so once again, we're not going to let this go away until I'm rightfully unbanned from the forums. That's the way it is. It's not right. Not going to let it happen. I am going to try and get in touch with somebody else from Blizzard that will simply have a you know, will unban me from the forums. So anyone else from Blizzard that wants to contact me, I am indeed not spreading misinformation. You guys are mistreating a contributing member of your community. You're just mistreating the fuck out of me because of some forum moderators' personal bias and personal, you know, personal power trip, guys. So, spread this video. Video 2, Blizzard censoring their players, silencing their players, and trying to scapegoat some, you know, some duplicate thread bullshit to get a contributing member of their own community banned. That's a real good way to keep your game alive, Blizzard. That's a real fucking good way to keep your game alive. Just ban all the people that contribute to your fucking community. It's fucking disgusting. Fix it. No. I'm fucking disgusted. I'm upset over it. It's annoying. They did the sad thing is they did the same thing to me. I mentioned this on stream. They did the same thing during the Legacy of the Void beta, when they purposely tried to not give me a beta key to the game without realizing that, oh, actually, they had promised people that made a certain WCS round a beta key, and then they're like, oh, shit, we actually promised this guy a beta key. So, just same old, same old. Let's hope that Blizzard does give a fuck about their players and will stop silencing their fucking players on their forums. Spread the video around, guys. We're gonna have a fun day on stream tomorrow. So keep this going up the Blizzard chain until somebody will just unban me from the forums. Thank you. Peace out.